Hey everybody, this is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to show you how to boost your credit score within 30 days. The method to do this is to pay your credit card before the statement date, and I'll show you in this video why that helps. Doing this is kind of temporary because you actually have to do this every single month in order to maintain the benefit. If you stop doing it, your credit score will drop back down. Now in your credit card account, it usually closes around the same date every single month. So let's just pretend this is the 24th. On your closing date, your credit card company will report to the credit bureaus if you've been active in this month and how much you owe in this month. So the effort here is to go in there before the reporting date and change your balance in your credit card by paying it all up. Normally your credit card will have a closing date and then they'll send out the bill a few days later, and then after you get the bill it'll be due a few weeks later after that, and then normally you would pay maybe sometime right on the due date, maybe a couple weeks later right here. Even if you pay your bills in full and on time every single month, you can still benefit from this method because you're gonna have a certain amount of utilization in your credit card, and if you can get that to zero, you'll actually boost your credit score. So here's a hypothetical model of what I think is going on with the credit utilization. The point here is that the more you utilize your credit card, the more balance you carry, the more it's gonna negatively affect your credit score. So I put a number of about 100 here because I think that's how much it affects your credit score if you happen to use up all your credit. So if you use up your total balance of your total credit, in other words, you use up all your credit cards to the max, you max them out, but maybe you pay them all off every month anyway, right? It's still going to negatively affect your credit score by about 100 points, I estimate. Let's look at a typical case. So let's say you have 3 credit cards with $1,000 credit limit in each card, and you just do, like, you know, normal spending, 300, 300, 400 here. If you add this up, it's 1,000 over 3,000, which is 1/3. 1/3 of 100, it's about 33 points deduction in your credit score. So you can see from here that if you happen to be able to set these to 0, you're going to be able to increase your credit score by a little bit every single month. The thing is, in order to set these to 0, you have to kind of monitor your credit card and just go in there manually every single time before the statement date and pay it. This is really time consuming, and I actually don't like doing this myself. I already have a good credit score, so I don't do this, but if you have a mediocre credit score and you're about to buy a car, or if you're about to get a mortgage or something, this might be a good way to go in order to give yourself a temporary boost. You might want to try this maybe a month or 2 before you actually use your credit card to actually see that there's a difference. You might say, hey, why don't I just pay everything off and not use the credit card at all? And then I'll set those to 0, right? Without all this hassle. But the thing is, if you set all those to 0 and not use a credit card, your credit card will actually show up as idle, which means you're not using the credit card, which will actually not help your credit score at all. So instead of 0, maybe you can just spend $1 in each card and then pay everything else with cash. But that's not very good either, because if you have cards that have cash back, you're forfeiting all that cash back in using a card and the convenience of using cards. So if you're thinking of using your credit score in the near future, it's viable to just go in your credit card and check out what the statement end date is for each card. Make a note of that. And make sure you go in there 1 day before the statement date and pay off the whole card. This will give you a temporary boost in your credit score, and you need to repeat this every month in order to keep the same benefit. So I hope this helps everybody get a higher credit score and maybe even a lower interest rate on your car or house loan. Don't forget to give me a like, comment down below if you have a question about this method, and subscribe over here. Thanks for watching.